Hi guys! Welcome to Ani Dulugan Organic Farms, part 3 of the series, Redefining Agripreneurship, a Millennial Guide to Farm Startup, Farm Operations. With me today is our amazing Head of Operations, Heids Aparato. Hi Heidi!
Hello. Hi, Anna.
Hey Heids! Fresh from Santiago, Mindoro.
Okay.
So, yeah, guys, we previously talked about the first part of the series, business registration, followed by farm preparation, and now we will discuss about farm operations. So, Heidi, how did we go about it from the very start about the farm operations of Ani at Dulugan?
Farm operations from land clearing, plot preparation. We already started recording it on our own logbook, and also daily operations is being recorded, including, of course, the daily routine, which is watering the plants, and then when is the regular schedule of fertilizer application, and then
Wow. I mean, from those data sets alone, the amount of work and just the detailed monitoring of it is already hard work in itself. Would you agree, Heidi? Parang this is not something that for the faint of heart. Kailangan detalyado talaga because this is science eh. Organic farming is and we're not saying that conventional farming is less of a science or less of a farming than we are. It's just that it really needs more attention to detail, needs monitoring to detail, no?
we have a daily record for farm routine, like yung pagdilig, fertilization, and pest control. And then we also have a separate record keeping for transplanting, para
Right.
record for fertilizers. Kailan yung date of production to date of harvest, and also the ingredients included, para alam natin yung mga portions and what affects yung
Yeah.
quality nung nung personal concoction formula natin.
I remember the first time that we harvested, sobrang excited tayo. Because these are basically our first set of babies, no? Organic veggie babies. Yeah. So we happy that they turn out so well. Some of them really grow twice, or correct me if I'm wrong on this one, or thrice this expected forecast natin, no, on the business planning phase of the farming. So for the benefit of everyone, just to add on to what Heidi is saying, yung record keeping namin is rooted also mainly rooted basically dun sa business planning that we did the earliest part of the business. So this is really a numbers game, because we wanted to minimize the risk of the business risk overall.
It's also very challenging. Of course, we do everything from scratch. Lalo na we try to use open pollinated variety ng seeds, and these kind of seeds are usually not as susceptible to diseases and pests. So we try to use different formulation as guided by based on organic agriculture standards. So yun, we try to check din kung ano yung mas applicable sa atin, and there are different technologies. We use Japanese and Korean technology, natural farming technology, para ma-check ano ba yung best for our farm. So far, we try to incorporate those. And
Yeah. So we really heavily rely on data that we have and based on the SOPs provided by Department of Agriculture and Organic Farming bodies in the Philippines, but also in ASEAN-wide. Like, we also like Heidi mentioned, Korean technology, as well as Japanese technology, concoctions for fertilizers. What would basically work in the setting of our organic farm at San Teodoro. So we tried those, and I wouldn't call it luck because our farming is based on science, so we kind of expected it for it to work basically. But having it seen to really work for our crops na grown when we harvested is different kind of achievement altogether. So we're really happy about that. So what were the first set of crops that we planted, Heidi, and how did we go on choosing those crops?
Simulan natin yung lettuce, cucumber, cherry tomatoes, basil, parsley, and chilies. So, French beans pala. So, we have total of 7 crops. But, surprisingly naman, yung mga nag-succeed na mga crops, talagang very productive.
Yeah, twice or thrice the forecasted ka. Mas na problema tayo sa over-harvest kaysa sa under-harvest. But which is a good problem overall. So, just to add on to that, dun sa 7 crops natin, Heidi, no, as you have mentioned, this is also, again, everything that we do is rooted dun sa business planning that we did to the from the earliest phase ng business natin, no. What we did also as part to minimize the risk of organic farming, syempre nandiyan na yan eh. It's part of the business basically. We kind of expected it. We kind of tried to do a few plots muna to really experiment of which crop would really grow in the environment, lowland. Because just to give you a brief background, no, there are different types of land that you can use for farming. So may highland, sa side nung 'di ba? ng area. So yon. So kami nag-lowland kami. So while our data is back din naman, etc., we took extra step as a sort of a careful way of doing this things, no. So yun nga, we tried the first few plots for the first 7 set of our crops para tingnan namin which ones would really work in the lowland and tropical environment that we have at San Teodoro. So yun, just to add on. So, which crops work for us and which ones didn't?
Before doing our plot preparation, tested our soil quality. So we conducted soil testing. We purchased from UPL the soil testing kit. Mostly suitable naman yung crops na pinili natin, and yung mga crops na nag-flourish are cucumber, lettuce, and basil. So yun yung mga crops na sa ngayon nagpo-provide sa atin ng income. Yung nangyayari sa atin is parang natatalo pa niya yung mga conventionally farmed crops.
Heidi, like what would you advise to aspiring organic farmers out there who wanted to try their hand at organic farming?
Well, I would recommend na, of course, they do their own research first and do it while they're young. Habang bata pa kayo, just don't be scared to ask yung mga nag-start na ng farming. Kahit na you can also ask us kasi we are also still figuring out, but we can also figure it out together. And organic farming is rewarding and is a sustainable way of farmers, safe para sa mga nagtatanim natin, safe para dun sa mga consumers na kakain. Siyempre, first hand is tayo kasi tayo naman yung unang magta-try. So, yung purpose is ayaw nating mag-produce ng pagkain na hindi safe para sa consumption ng ibang tao. So, yun yung talagang purpose ng organic farming.
Yeah. And I would say, just to piggyback on what you just mentioned, Heidi, no? There are different, first is you have to want it for organic farming because it's really hard work. It's really research, data-based science kind of work, no? So you have to want it. And second, there are avenues that could help you, especially from the government itself. So Department of Agriculture has different financial assistance, government grants, webinars, even different bodies. There's an organic farming council that we have in the country that could assist you to figure it out. But I would not to discourage anyone into organic farming because of the database, record keeping, monitoring, not to mention yung acts of gods natin, natural yung storms, rain. There's still, success to this particular business. That's exactly why we're doing this, diba? But yun nga, you have to want it. There are avenues to help you. And kami rin, here at Ani Dulugan, this is the reason why we're also doing our YouTube channel, and we're also active to our other social media channels as well, because we really want to, the young ones to really advocate organic farming because of its sustainability. So, yeah, that's about it for the part 3 of our series, Farm Operations. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything related to agriculture or organic farming, just throw us comments out below and we'll try to answer. And yeah, see you in our next videos. Thanks, guys.